Hello, hello, welcome in. Let's check in on the time. It is 9:40, so let's read the numerology of 9:40. All right, well, first thing that comes through here with the number 9 is it's all about manifestation. So if you have been manifesting lately, this is a great time to put out the energy that you want. So be very clear in what it is that you want right now. I'm sensing that there's a lot of fear for quite a few people because I think with this new moon or full moon, there's a lot of energy happening, so it might throw you off kilter. Okay. Um, the other thing that's coming up with the Hierophant energy, hello, welcome in. We're doing some collective readings here for people. If you would like a reading, you can come in as a subscriber or you can pay $11 Canadian underneath my link tree. But we're also going to do some collective messages here. So, whenever we see the Hierophant, this tells us that it is a great time to go towards other people for support and for help. So, this might look like someone that you go to, like a therapist or a parent or just someone like that. But it's really, really important to acknowledge that someone who has more knowledge than you. Okay, so if you're finding that you're more open to answers right now, this is telling you that that's a great thing to focus on. All right, so welcome in, guys. If you want a reading, you can come in as a subscriber. You can pay $11 Canadian as well through my link tree. That's using PayPal. Or we're going to do some collective messages here. If you do have a question that I feel like is really brief, I will answer it. But again, if you need to go into a deeper reading, like obviously you need to pay for that. But if it's just a simple thing, I don't mind at all. So when we see 5 right away, hello Caleb, if you want a message, just let me know. We'll go into, again, readings are $11 Canadian, but as a subscriber, you always get a quick mini reading and healing. So when we see this as a collective message, 5 represents change. 5 has 0 vibration. So when we go into the energy of 4, that means it's time to rest and digest. When we see 6, that's also a time of balance. And so with 5, it's kind of like, oh, I don't know what I want to do. I'm not sure where I'm going. And so 5 kind of tells us, all right, that's because there's something that needs to change. So when we see this card popping up as a collective message, it also tells us this is related to our passions and sometimes our decisions in terms of like work, or it could be love as well. We're just not sure about what we want to do with this energy. And usually the recommendation with this card is a suggestion when we see it popping up is to trust that this is just a moment in time that we're going through, and also to be really humble, to not make other people feel badly about themselves. So notice if you're kind of like, hey, look at me, or oh, poor me, one or the other. This is not a great time to like want to stand out or make anybody else feel badly about where they are. Okay. So it's $11 Canadian to get a reading. You can use my PayPal, and then as a subscriber, of course, you get a message. So, Caleb, would you like one? And we'll put you on the list. I was being told to come on at 10:10 tonight. It's 9:40 here, but I was already saying at the beginning of this that 9 represents manifestation. So you might be choosing to put out good vibes right now. But it's also like when you're tired, you might feel like, oh, it's too much effort to even put out good vibes. It's never too much energy to put out good vibes. This was coming up for us the other night. It's like, just do the thing now. What are you looking to attract right now? Okay, so I'll use myself as an example with this card. I'm looking to have more fun in my relationship, so I'm looking to attract more fun people, people who want to go out and go to events and listen to music and socialize and things like that, people who are willing to get out of the house and kind of let go of their crap, that sort of thing. So let me know in the comments, what are you manifesting? It could be as simple as that right now. When you were ready. Okay, well, I'm ready right now. So as a subscriber, you guys always get a quick mini reading and healing. Your first time in, you get a deeper reading. And then, of course, you can pay $11 if you want to go deeper, or if you just want to pay 11 Canadian, you can come in and get a reading, okay? The Hanged Man, whenever we see this card, I was told I've had lots of hair loss. Interesting. So the first thing that I notice here is this person's legs and also this butterfly. So to me, butterflies represent they represent often when spirit's showing us something like I don't know, like, it's not that bad, you know? That's kind of what I'm getting. It's not that bad. And also, like, the change of life, right? When we're experiencing hair loss, this could be that there's something going on nutrition wise. Hello, guys, welcome in. We're just gonna get rid of this person here that's trying to sabotage us. Just want to make sure I did that right. Hold on one second. Yeah, so it could be like nutrition related, right? When this stuff is happening. So again, one aspect is it's not that bad, and the other is like part of like our life cycles, right? There's like endings and new beginnings. So the easier it is for us to, I don't know, like pay attention to what's stressing us out or what we feel like we're lacking in nutrition wise, that's something I would pay more attention to. Okay. Those are my suggestions with specifically what you're working on. Alrighty. So, hello guys, welcome in. So we can also do some more collective readings here. If you're subscribed, you get a reading and healing every time. We're opening up to paid readings. They're $11 Canadian. You can pay through my PayPal. All right, what do we need to know? So it's definitely feeling like people needed these messages. You're welcome. So also, guys, if you're looking for a free reading, it's no problem. But $11 isn't very much money, I feel. So if I feel like it's something we can answer like in a very quick moment, we will. If it's something that I feel like you need to go deeper, I'll just say like, yeah, you need a deeper reading. Okay. So Four of Pentacles is a collective energy. Four, we were saying like we're feeling tired. We don't really want to put in the effort, you know. So Pentacles is talking about money. Oddly enough, when we see this card, it's fear of somebody taking advantage of us. Sometimes there's abandonment issues coming in here. So you know, when I put myself out there and I was vulnerable, somebody took advantage of me, that sort of thing. So I'm getting there are some people who are doing the pullback. There are some people who might have had some shell shock as well. So to me, that's more of a person who has experienced shock after some type of traumatic experience, whether that was a car accident or an extreme breakup or somebody who was possibly an abusive partner. This could be an abusive roommate even, I don't know, but anybody that was abusive towards you. This can leave us feeling in a state of like vulnerability is bad, that sort of thing. And so for some reason this is coming up as a collective message. Okay, let me know if that relates to anyone. Again, readings are $11, or you can come in as a subscriber and you get a free reading and healing every single time. So Two of Swords also, this is another thing where we're just talking about abandonment issues. There are some people who I don't know, it just feels like there's just so much fear here. It's like, oh, I don't want to blah, 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 blah. Like there's someone who kind of has this energy here where it's just like fight or flight. That's what I'm getting. So let me know if you relate to that, where you're just like stuck in this energy and this frequency and you just don't know anything different, because it just feels like a lot of fear and a lot of worry. So thank you very much for the gift. I really appreciate it. So when we see this energy, it's usually telling us to get outside of our own energy just a little bit more. You know, maybe you can talk to a friend, maybe you can talk to somebody. That was one of the cards that we already had coming up about reaching out to resources and things like that. Not always do we have to speak directly to the person that has caused us pain or problems. Sometimes we need to talk to somebody outside of that. I'm glad that this is resonating with you as well. All right, so let's see what other collective energy readings are coming up. So as always, guys, you guys can pay $11 Canadian for a reading. And my readings are $130 Canadian for an hour. And typically, you have to pay for a package in order to work with me. I'm doing some special deals on right now where you can do a 15-minute reading over Zoom. And also, I have two options. Actually, I have three options right now. You can get a 2024 reading sent over to you, and that's a unlisted YouTube video. So I will explain to you what's going on for your 2024. I have a 3-question answer reading where I will write to you the answers as well. I have, I'm trying to think what the other one was. Oh, the full moon energy that's coming up as well. So I also write that out for you. So if you work with full moons, it's a great time to understand, okay, where am I transitioning and what's going on? Stop. Please reply. Okay, so Listen to get back to my life. Listen to get back to my life. Okay, so yeah, when we see this energy, even though these are paid readings, again, if I said like it was something simple and easy, I'll answer it. Otherwise, you should get a reading. When we see this card, just as a general message, again, maybe it'll relate to you. We have the action card. It's time to move forward in some type of way. Again, we're feeling stuck, we're feeling unhappy, that sort of thing. A lot of this is mental. There is room to grow. There's room to experience new life, but we just feel stuck, you know? And so when we look at the Nine of Swords in this type of reading, like the next step up, the next card tells us that we're going to be having sleepless nights and things like that because we're just making everything worse than it needs to be. When we see the Seven of Swords, when we reach the card below this, usually it's related to someone who, you know, is still kind of making a big deal out of nothing. So when I see this card coming up for anybody in terms of your situation or circumstance, it usually says we're feeling stuck or trapped, but we're not stuck or trapped. It's just a feeling or an emotion. So be careful of this. That's something to really look at, you know. There is room to explore, there is room to move forward, and it's just like, again, it's how you're looking at things. And each sword here represents, here's an obstacle, here's a problem, right? And swords represents air, it's how we're thinking about it, and 8 represents action. So it's time to change your mindset towards these problems and obstacles, because again, the card says it's not as bad as we think it is. And so as a theme, we were seeing that with Caleb coming up about hair loss, you know, and I was hearing really it's not that bad. But again, we're going through shifts and changes, and sometimes obviously our body is teaching us lessons, right? And so I was going straight into nutrition with that. So it's also like, okay, but yes, there's a problem or obstacle. Stressing about it is going to make it worse. So, you know, what are you going to start doing action wise to, you know, be happier or make it lighter? Makes sense? So guys, readings are $11 Canadian if you would like to get one, or you can come in as a subscriber. You can use my PayPal for that. If it's a quick, you know, easy answer, I will answer it for you, or I'll tell you, no, we need to go deeper. We're doing collective energy readings as well. So when you have a question, you might find in the collective reading this is helpful. If you guys are following me, that's great. I do lots of free and paid readings. Subscribers, again, really get a lot of benefits here on this space. So can you look if my ex still loves me? Thanks. Okay, you're welcome. So if you really want to focus on this, obviously you got to pay a reading. My link tree is in my profile. You'll see PayPal, horsemanreadings@gmail.com. However, as a collective message, okay, we've got the High Priestess. High Priestess says, pay attention to your intuition. The lesson with this card is learning how to do energy readings yourself. You know, we have the full moon and then we have the little moons on the side to balance the energy. So this is not just talking about manifesting your dreams and things like that, but really listening in. When we ask for something from the universe, we also need to listen into, you know, what we're being shown, right? So a big thing is look into the lessons, all right? Sometimes I'll say lessons, which is when we are experiencing something that feels negative, but there's actually something positive coming from that, and we haven't experienced it yet, right? So it's actually a blessing in disguise. So the High Priestess, for some reason, what's coming through here is this: the higher self is coming through. Tune into the third eye. You know, sit in that energy for a few minutes and really think about, is this really what I want? Because often we'll reach for, as you're doing right now, an external source, which is good after you've already sorted this out yourself. You know, I've done all the thinking, I've weighed out my pros and cons, and now I'm going to an external source and saying, okay, I know what I want to do, but I'm just kind of like double checking with you. So make sure that you are doing your own research on the things that you're working on, as I was just sharing with somebody else about nutrition and hair loss. You know, I know rosemary, I work with herbs, is really great for hair loss. So it could be as simple as stress, it could be as simple as the shampoo that you're using. Maybe you're sensitive to something. So what are some healing products that you can start using? What are some things that you can start saying about your hair? What is your attachment to your hair as well, right? Is that how you identify with yourself through self-love, etc.? Because sometimes women that lose their hair feel like they've lost their womanhood. Makes sense? So this is saying your intuition will definitely guide you towards what it is that you need. And so remind yourself that you do have the resources within yourself as well. Okay. Does my ex still love me? So readings are $11 Canadian. Okay. If you're a subscriber, you get a free reading and healing every single time, which is amazing. So here we're doing collective energy readings, so maybe this will resonate with you. You can pay, guys. These are paid readings, please. These are collective messages. Again, if you want it to connect specifically to you, we'll go into your energy with your permission, and then we'll go deeper to make sure it's relative to you. Otherwise, sometimes these are great lessons. All right. Queen represents feminine energy. We're seeing that with our last card, with tapping into that intuition. Wands represents our passions, our fire, our love life, that sort of thing. I'm hearing reconsider. You know, think about what it is that you really want. For some reason, this card is coming up is that, like, you're getting too caught up in your mind. You're stubborn. You're like, yes, this is the way. And I'm getting that, no, that's not the case. You need to think outside of the box a little bit more. You need to think about positive outcomes. You're getting too rigid in your ways of thinking. And so this narrow-minded way of thinking is really causing some grief for you. And so I think if you're working with, for some reason, a Sagittarius energy, be careful of that. Whether you're a Sagittarius or somebody else is a Sagittarius, this is somebody who might come across as a little bit flighty at times. They're not that way, but it just feels like they're really cut and dry or something like that. And so just be a little cautious with that, because you are very sensitive. We have the feminine queen coming up again, talking about our relationship that we're having with ourselves. Sometimes we need to get outside of ourselves a bit more. And I do think there might be someone watching here who has healing gifts and healing abilities. If you want to go deeper into those things, I do coaching, but also have a membership group that you can check out through my profile as well. Those are pinned posts where you can learn for as little as $11.11. You know, workshops and grounding and weekly energy readings and new moon manifestations and theta healing and all kinds of awesome things. So when we see this card again, there's just so many emotions going on that it just feels like sometimes if you feel like things aren't working out for you, I just get the message that they are. You just feel like it's not working out. And so when we get into this weird way, it upsets me, because sometimes we're just not looking past ourselves, or we're not looking past the moment, and that's okay. It's good to be present, but just think there's better things coming. So if you could just be a little bit more patient, you might find this helpful. We are in full moon energy. My full moon reading is up underneath the VIP membership, along with our ritual and theta healing downloads. So that's something I would highly recommend getting involved in. We're doing collective energy readings. If you want a personal reading, then you can pay $11 Canadian underneath my PayPal link, through my link tree underneath my profile. All right. You can also subscribe, which is the star in the corner, and then you get a reading and healing every single time. So right now what's coming through here is like someone's asking, should I be active to contact Ken? Should I be active to contact Ken? So first, am I visible? So Amy, these readings are paid. So as a collective message, when you say, should I be active to contact Ken? I think what you mean is maybe, should I reach out to Ken? First things first, whenever you're asking a question, a big component is often when I'm doing readings, like when they're paid, I go into your Akashic Records, past, present, and future, and often we'll say, what can I do about this situation? How can I move forward? Right? So should I is kind of sometimes like, you know, like you're doing something, I don't know, like you're not doing something right. So how can I move forward, you know, in this relationship would be a great question, first of all. You know, what should I do in relation to this person, right? How can I proceed? And so for some reason that's just coming up, is to remind ourselves that the way that we ask questions is really important, because Spirit's always going to answer in terms of the way that's going to be for your highest good. Okay. So otherwise you're going to get like a yes or a no, and you want to make sure you get detailed answers. So 6 represents balance, okay, is a general message. Pentacles also represents money. And so this is saying that the putting forward component is really coming up for a lot of people. All right. Sometimes it feels like people are, they've been burned in the past. And so it feels like, you know, if you've been hurt, if people have taken advantage of you, you might be holding a grudge towards somebody as a result of that. You're welcome. And so I'm getting that it's like, it almost feels like there's something slimy around you where somebody's like greedy or taking. And so be cautious or careful of this, because this is actually a beautiful card to have with generosity. It's saying like you might give freely, you might be an open hearted person. And this was coming up at the beginning of this reading. I usually put the replays underneath my YouTube channel as well, but there's this vulnerability component coming up here where it's like, it's okay to be vulnerable. You don't need to be scared of somebody hurting you. However, that being said, it feels like your past is kind of corrupting your innocence a little bit. It feels like because you have been taken advantage of, you're like, now you're holding back. But this is a beautiful card saying that like good energy is coming to you, but for some reason you don't believe that. And so my fear or my worry for you around this is that you're allowing the past to hold you back from moving forward. Okay, so be very cautious of that. In full moon energy, again, I'm doing full moon readings underneath horsemanreadings.com. You can find that through my link tree. And I have a lot of free resources underneath my YouTube channel as well, but it's like also a time of releasing. So if you're finding these old patterns are coming up or you're being triggered, then let it go. Like write down what it is that you want to release and burn it, because this isn't serving you and it's absolutely showing up to help you. It's not showing up to hurt you or to re-trigger you. It's actually, coming up to the surface so you can acknowledge, hey, moon, I want to let this go. And so if you don't work with the full moon, it's a great time. So queens are coming up over and over. So feel free to share what sign are you, and maybe we can talk a little bit more about how this moon is going to be affecting you and your sign. We also have a sun, moon, and rising. So I'm Aries, Cancer, and Scorpio. And so the way that our signs work is it's who we are when we're by ourselves, it's who we are around other people, and then it's also how other people view us. And so it kind of makes sense when you start to navigate it, because I have like a lot of water, and then I'm fire when I'm by myself. And so there is always that kind of like push and pull for me sometimes when I'm with other people, or they see me as this emotional person, but when I'm actually by myself, I'm like super, super, super strong and not like that at all. And so, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like important to, I think, acknowledge that for yourself, how you are with others and how you are with yourself, because it can really help your confidence and boost your self-esteem. So this represents all of your senses. So are you in touch with your, I'm getting like personality right now? Are you acknowledging your strengths? Are you acknowledging your sensuality? So sensuality isn't your sexuality, it's what makes you attractive. It's what helps you adapt to your senses. This usually talks about a person who appreciates music and appreciates food, and when it's like you want to feed somebody and you're putting food in their mouth because it's like, ooh, I like that you like to taste the same thing as I do with your fingers and that sort of thing. I don't know why that's coming up, but the fact that this lady has, money in her hand and she has this rabbit in her hand, she's appreciating that touch and having the money, that sort of thing. And so for some reason it feels like, she's owning who she is. And so let me know if you relate to that, if you're in a place right now where you're either struggling with owning who you are and where you are, or if you feel like, maybe people aren't appreciating you as much as you feel like they could, but for some reason that's coming out. So I don't see people paying. These are paid readings. So maybe I'll be able to put that in the comment. So $11 readings, PayPal and profile. That might help you guys out. I can't for some reason pin my comments. My TikTok always acts up on me. I'm a psychic medium, intuitive. I've been reading cards for, I don't know, 16 years or so. I'm a Reiki master, and I am an intuitive, empath, clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient, all of the clairs. If you don't know what that is, I'm able to feel into my body what you're feeling. And so it does take a lot of energy to do readings, which is why I'm offering these as paid readings. But again, as a subscriber, you pay a very small amount for readings every time I come on. And again, I teach these things. I help people develop these skills as well. I have a background in psychology. I am a yoga instructor. I'm still doing my 500 hours so I can teach other people how to become yoga instructors. I'm a reflexologist as well, so I help with acupressure points in the body. I've studied aromatherapy. I work with herbs. I make herbal tinctures, so you'll see that under my website, horsemanreadings.com. Also, am a writer, so I'm currently doing more writing, so that's why I'm offering my readings as like a written reading. And I've been kind of like dabbling, just like painting a little bit more as well, because I like to be creative. Okay, so if you want me to be more clear, you have to pay $11 underneath my profile. So it's Horseman Readings. You'll click in the corner, and then once you click on my picture, you'll see my link tree underneath my profile. Okay, and it's horsemanreadings@gmail.com. That will pop up on my screen, and then we go into your energy. Okay, guys, so these are paid readings. Usually we have a bunch of subscribers on here, but I just came on like randomly tonight to pull some cards. I was being told I'm supposed to come on at 10:10 tonight, which is interesting because it's 10:06. So we're going to keep pulling up some collective energy readings while we're waiting for people to pay for their paid readings or become a subscriber. And I really appreciate people who, as an exchange, tap the screen as well. So it's just sharing a bit of my background. I have an extensive education in the healing arts, so it's something I really love to do. And it's not just something I do on my spare time. This is something I do in my life. I'm constantly connecting to spirit and communicating with my higher self, and it's not something I just turn off. Just, so it's really important, I feel like, when I'm working with people that they're also respectful of my time and energy. Okay, so collective energy here, 7 of Cups, 7. I'm getting impatience and I'm kind of getting the hiccups all of a sudden. As I was sharing, I read energy through my body as well. So, and I'm hearing impatience and then I'm feeling these hiccups coming through. And so, also with my knowledge of the cards, it talks about someone who needs to make a decision. You need to figure it the frick out, okay? So, if you're struggling, again, you're working on a question for yourself right now. We've got this for sexuality, we've got this for finances, we've got this for this romance relationship, and it's just like pick something, do the thing. And so it's like that stagnant energy of not doing the thing is actually what's causing you the biggest problem. There's some people who have a lot of negative energy going on in the back of their head. A lot of people who are negative around them as well. So I can't help but feel like, your thought process is really important this time, and also who you're attracting into your life. If you're having a bad life, if you're having a bad day, look at who's around you. Look at who's bringing your energy down. Okay. There are times where we can blame other people, but then also it's like, okay, but you're making this choice to be around this person. So for some reason, I'm getting my thing is like, okay, choose to not be with this person. Whoever I'm speaking to, maybe you relate to that. Okay. But there is someone that is around you that, I don't know, I'm getting that they have like major mental health issues. And it always feels like there's something wrong with them. And so that energy feels unhealthy for you. Okay. So 3 of Cups, lots of emotions. Now let me know, does anybody relate to this as a collective message? If you would like a personal reading, they are only $11 Canadian. You can pay through PayPal. Okay, it's horsemanreadings@gmail.com. Okay, so somebody else is relating to this. I'm glad that this is helpful for you. So I do daily energy readings as well. I put a lot of my replays up from my TikTok, my other reading from today. So you can benefit from the Theta healing downloads we already did today, which is asking you if you want to release this, negative energy that you're hanging on to and help you vibrate moving forward. Underneath my blog through horsemanreadings.com, you can read about, what Theta healing is. Honestly, it's really helpful for a lot of people that are struggling. So I would say if you're not taking the time to listen to those videos, and you're struggling with these issues, why would you not want to feel better? So yes, we have the celebration card. This is saying that you've got to get your energy up. Even if there's crappy things going on in your life, who cares? So what? Do the things that make you happy. Sometimes we'll say, oh, I'd rather sit here and be sad because blah, blah, blah. And you know what? The only person, you have to blame at the end of the day is you if you decide to sit there and be negative yourself. So I can't help but feel like, again, there's someone in here who's really, really negative, and it's like, okay, where is that getting you? This card is saying, be grateful. What is happening that is going right into your life? Like, we ordered pizza tonight, and my husband's been on this specific diet. I'm just using that as an example, and he's been like, oh, I wish I could have pizza. And you know what? You can order pizza. You just need to order some type of specific pizza. He's just having a hard time letting go of the fact that he can't have certain things. And so I'm celebrating the fact that he's finally decided, you know what? He's getting in a better vibration, and he's looking at things in a more positive way. And he's like, you know what? Let's get pizza. I'll just get this one, and I'll be grateful, and I'll be happy for that. So I'm actually happy that he's able to start looking at things in a positive direction. So I don't know if you have anything to celebrate, but you probably do. You're just not looking at it from that direction, okay? It could be small, it could be big. I just booked a trip to South Africa as well to go visit a really close friend of mine. She's going to be moving back to Canada, and we want to go. My husband really wants to go on a safari, so we decided to finally book that trip. So now we have, again, something to look forward to in terms of a trip. There's just, I could continue to go on, but like, look at the bright side, look at the positive things, because I'm seeing like people in fear-based mindsets. And if you don't know, I'm a person who does readings and healing. So when you actually get a reading, whether you come in as a oh, awesome, yes, I'm going to Cape Town, so we're gonna explore all over there, and I can't wait for that. It's so beautiful. I've been there before, so hopefully I'll get to go again outside of this. It might be a new thing. But where do you live in South Africa, Sheena? Anyway, this is coming up for more of that like mindset work, right? Like recognizing that you have two ways to look at things. It's a negative or it's a positive. Okay. I don't know if I've been there or not, because we went to so many places when I was there. I'm not sure how far away that is from Cape Town. Yeah, it really is. Alright, guys, so let's read a couple more here. Getting all distracted here. So, another collective message. If you guys want a reading, it's $11 Canadian. You can pay underneath my PayPal, horsemanreadings@gmail.com. Hello, hello. Collective energy is saying King of Swords. This is a masculine energy. Finally, we've seen like 100 queens, and finally we have a king. It's in another province called... Okay. Alright, no, I don't think I definitely haven't been there, but that's awesome. It's just so gorgeous, like the wildlife. So this is related to Libra energy. So this is someone who, again, we were just talking about thinking outside of the box, right? Looking at things from different people's perspectives. Like nobody's the same. Everybody's different, right? So your version of something is different than somebody else's version. And this is saying just you really need to like remind yourself that you're not the only person in the world, and not everybody thinks the same way as you. So instead of being upset and angry that this person's doing this and this person's doing that, I'm getting to cut energy cords with people. Underneath my profile, you'll see an exercise called cord cutting. I actually have a few different cord cutting exercises underneath my YouTube channel. Let me know if you relate to what a cord cutting exercise is, but essentially we're putting up a white light, we're calling in Archangel Michael. You can do it a bunch of different ways, but it's asking for me to release any energy that's attached to me right now that's not serving me. And if you have people in relationships that are weighing you down, just do it. You will feel better. It's kind of like a grounding exercise, especially if you're feeling down in the dumps. Crystals can help us with this, but visualizing white light all around you, and again asking for that energy to be released, because often people can suck the life out of us, but if we're allowing them to, again, it's our kind of our fault, right? We can't play the blame game. So thank you very much, Moon. Welcome in. So readings are $11 Canadian, very inexpensive. My readings are $130 for an hour, so $11 is awesome to get a reading right now. I also have some sales and specials on right now for our full moon for 2024, for Zoom readings, and a 3-question reading that you get the written information over to you for only 10 Canadian. So another general message that we have here, guys, if you're a subscriber, you get a reading and healing every time. Usually we have lots of people on, but it looks like I've got some new people in here tonight. So Justice is talking about balance and imbalance. So one thing that's coming up is it feels like there's a lot of fear towards relationships right now. Okay, Iman, perfect. Thank you very much. I'm just going to write your name down. No, I'm not doing free yes or no's. You have to pay. It's $11 Canadian, which is underneath my PayPal through horsemanreadings@gmail.com. You'll see it underneath my profile, and then click the link tree, and then it'll pop up here on my screen. If you're a subscriber as well, you get a reading and healing every time. Usually, if you're an ongoing subscriber, you get a mini reading and healing. You'll always get a little bit extra, and your first time in, we go a little deeper. Okay, and so I do different types of healings and readings every time I come on. So tonight we're just doing collective readings, and then we're going to go into someone specific if you're pinned. Okay. So again, what's coming through here is imbalance and balance. So the feather is telling us that spirit is on your side, but sometimes you're like going back into the past. And so Zahara, okay, thank you very much. So we're going to go into in a minute. So yeah, this is saying that spirit is working on supporting you, but you have to receive that good energy. Sometimes we reject the good energy that's flowing. So again, is it self-worth? What is your resistance around receiving that? Okay. So Iman, we're gonna go into you here. Okay. Do you have a question? I'm gonna go into your Akashic records. Okay. So we're gonna start with past to present, and then we're going to do present to future. Okay. And if you have an area of focus, like you have a specific question, then we're going to go into you. Hello, Tarot Flips. So you let me know if you have an area of focus. Okay. So I'm going to take the time to go into your energy while you're letting me know. Okay, Monica, I received yours as well. Kind of messages from my guides because I feel so struggle, but what's next for me? Okay, no problem. Okay, if you guys don't mind waiting just 1 second, I'm going to turn my TV off. For some reason, it's really distracting me. Okay? All right. So you've got the Hermit card. Okay? I'm going to call in all your angel spirit team here. And I've got a lot of, it's a place I'm moving to. Okay, next for me. So you want to know about the place that you're moving to. You also feel that there's a struggle. So the fact that you have the Hermit here, I just feel like there's so much going on mentally for you. And with this energy, it feels like there's this like constant like feeling or emotion where it's like I can't let this emotion go. I can't let it go. I don't know more about anything that comes through. Okay. And so it just feels like it's like your energy just kind of bounces. It's like it goes from this and then it goes to this. And what I mean by that is it just feels like you're not able to really concentrate on what makes you happy. And so my concern for this is that it feels like sometimes we're not taking enough time for ourselves to kind of figure out what it is that we want. All right. So when we see the Hermit card showing up in our life, and Monica, I have you on the list. It just feels like that when we see this card, it's saying you need to really rest more to figure it out. And so it's like there's this resistance to change for some reason. Okay, so pay close attention to that. Just a lack of ability to just almost like concentrate in a way. Do you relate to this? Like, is it hard for you to focus sometimes? Is it hard for you to take time for yourself? Do you find your energies sometimes like back and forth with different things? Okay, it's like getting better now, but it's almost like I had to like navigate it and talk about it. Lacking discipline because of depression. Okay, so definitely, you need to talk about that. You need to talk about what's on your mind. You need to do things that make you happy, period. Okay. The other thing that's coming through here is you're looking to, it sounds like, move, right? You're looking to transition. Um, a place you're moving to. You've got a great card here. Temperance is saying that when it comes to your lifestyle, it definitely feels like you're in this need to have more fun, but you're in survival mode. So I'm seeing this person who like really wants to have fun, but you're just like surviving right now. And so I feel like you're starting to feel into the energy of the next step, which is great. I do see you advancing a lot in this new space that you're going to, but you've got to breathe it in, you've got to smell it, you've got to feel it, and allow that positive energy to come forward. And so I see you um, using maybe fresh air to help you feel more guided spiritually towards that next step because it's so close to you. It's going to happen, but you have to use your imagination and fantasy a bit more. Does this make sense? Where you have that type of like mindset and personality right now? Let me know. Okay, because yes, we've got the sadness piece, okay? And so this is the someone who okay, so this is someone who is like, okay, travel, like learning how to breathe, learning to talk about my feelings. But it's like, ooh, and then there's just like this downward spiral thing that's just distracting me all of the time. And so it feels like this little distraction that happens to you is very mental. And yes, it affects you emotionally when we see the cups, but it's so mental. And so, my suggestion for you, if we ask, how can we move forward with this energy? And then we'll move on to Monica. Well, you've got this financial thing that's going on here. It's like trusting that there are good people out in the world, trusting that good things are going to happen, feeling more free in your physical body, like I said, that fresh air. And you know, like what you're doing right now, you're investing in yourself. That's fabulous. It'll help you feel like, okay, you know, positive equals positive. Like good things are going to happen to me, getting more inspiration. But I feel like when you're around other people that are a little narrow minded, that can really get you in a bad way. You need people who are open minded, who are willing to listen to you, who are willing to let you speak as well. And so it's so important that you're getting in with the right crowd and the right people. So when you do go to transition into your new space, visualize these people coming into your life because I think that that's going to be key in that new step for you, that you're aligning with the right people and the right type of work and things like that, you know, because that's going to make or break this change for you. Okay, so they will come in. Yeah, I'm hearing that they will definitely come in. This will be our last card. Gosh, I hope so. I need that. Yes. So you've got the Eight of Pentacles. This is someone who has talents and gifts and hobbies and things like that. So this is just saying to pursue your gifts and your talents just a little bit more, because then you're going to attract people who are more like you and who are going to appreciate you for you. And it is coming in, but it's just not coming in at the speed that you would like it to be in. So I'm getting to keep working on your confidence. And as you keep working on your confidence, you're going to find that you're going to be in a more positive state. Okay. And this will really help you along your journey. But good things are coming. So just a work in progress. If you do want to come in and get a personal reading or healing with me, right now I'm doing a little special for 15 minutes over Zoom. So that might be helpful for you to get some more support in terms of like clearing some of these like negative thought patterns. Okay, because I do different types of healings that can be really helpful to remove the negative energy. All right, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate that. And I hope you guys have an amazing night, or you have an amazing night. And we're going to close out of your records here. And I'm hearing it feels like sometimes like you're standing, Iman, it feels like you're standing on one leg. That's not true. You have two legs. You are not standing on one leg. So stand strong on those two legs because you have two legs, not one. So maybe, you know, I don't know. I'm feeling like if you pray, do some prayers or something like that, that would be helpful for you. Okay? Even throw them out right now. All right, Monica, are you there? You purchased a reading. And then L Healing, if you're there as well, we're going to go into you next. If we don't see anybody purchasing a reading, they're $11 Canadian. Thank you very much. And so that's horsemanreadings@gmail.com. You'll see that underneath my link tree. We're also doing collective messages here. All right, so Monica, we're going to go into your Akashic Records, okay? And if you have an area of focus, feel free to share what you would like to focus on and any questions that you have, and I'll make sure that we get those answered for your highest good, okay? First of all, I get that you're a really deep thinker. So what would your question be, or any area of focus, Monica? Just let me know here. Because I think because you're such a thinker, it's important that you're able to play and feel more free, more childlike. Because there's definitely an energy going on here where sometimes you feel a little stuck or trapped. And this is a full moon, guys. Like, we're already in full moon energy. It's going to be going on for the next so many days. So just be mindful of that. If these like negative emotions are coming up, they're coming up so you can let them go. So making sure that you're just observing that and acknowledging that as well. It's not a bad thing. Let's do some love. Anything new coming? Okay, perfect. So when I set the intention for this to be love, I go straight back into the past. And so I feel like there's been a lot of like grief in terms of love. And so I feel like when it comes to unhealthy patterns of behaviors for you, it's more just been, I feel like you've really given a lot of yourself and sometimes you didn't get back what you put forward. And so it feels like now for you moving forward in terms of love life, it feels like it's so important that other people are respectful of what you give, you know, what you offer, what you bring to the table. And so I think that sometimes you might feel like you don't want to, I don't know, if you, I'm kind of getting like you might not want to put forward as much as you could at times because of the past. So again, with full moon energy, this might be something that you want to pay attention to and release under the moon. Okay. Any other questions about that? Let me know. In terms of like love life, you also have the Empress card. This is a gorgeous card. She's pregnant. She's abundant. It actually says abundance on it. This is about you learning lessons. And it feels like you're really overcoming obstacles. It feels like you're on a new chapter right now, which is going to brighten up, I don't know, the other people around you. I feel like you're starting to recognize your own light a bit more. It feels like you have been working on your self-confidence, but it's still like there's a little bit of toxicity around you still. And I think it's just because maybe you don't know how to clear the negative energy around you. Those are definitely tools that I teach in my sessions and also in my membership group. I'm also feeling like black tourmaline is a stone that's really great for people who are very susceptible to picking up on other people's negative energy. So again, that's called black tourmaline. Let me know, Monica, if you relate to any of this. Also, I feel like in terms of love, I feel like you have been really like hurt also, not just in love life, but it feels like by some friends. And I'm getting like kind of like a backstab, that sort of thing. And I think that's why the importance of like the black tourmaline coming through is because I do see good things coming to you and for you, but on the basis that you're being aware that you still need to like really ground your energy to make sure that you're always attracting positive people, or grounding yourself when you're around negative people, and that's going to kind of keep the good vibes flowing. Do you relate to this at all, Monica? Because I'm feeling like sometimes you get out to the community and you're like in super positive energy. There might be some people who are like a little bit intimidated by you or something like that. So just being cautious of that. Any other questions about that, Monica? Because sometimes I feel like you feel heavy as a result of other people's energies. Okay, so with this full moon, one thing you're letting go of is just, yeah, like other people's, it feels like with the full moon, I would just release other people's judgments of you. Because what other people think of you, they say, is none of your business. But it still feels like it's been hurtful for you. So you've got the Knight of Pentacles moving forward. You have a creative energy coming in as well. So when it comes to, hi Kim, I'm going to write your name down on the list. You have this really creative and abundant energy. So it feels like where we are working with love, it feels like you're always going to attract good people. You're going to also attract the others, but you're also always going to attract good, positive people. And so I think that what's going to happen with you in terms of love life is just as you're changing and as you're shifting and as you're growing, you're going to attract different people in your life. I think you're going to upgrade. I think you're going to be like in a place where you're like, yep, not that it's like I can do better, but you're going to be more aware of your worth and you're not going to stop being vulnerable. Okay. So that's going to always be your key ticket to up leveling and upgrading is don't stop being vulnerable. Okay. That's one of your most beautiful opportunities that are coming in. So Monica, is that helpful for you? And do you have any last questions as we move on to our subscribers? I feel like you're also kind of releasing energy, maybe just listening to this. Let me know, Monica, as we shift out of other people. So it's $11, guys, to get a reading. Hello, Canadian. You can use my PayPal underneath my link tree in my profile. Then it'll pop up on the screen. We'll get you on the list. Also, if you're a subscriber, you always get priority. So L Healing, are you here? So Monica, let me know if that was helpful for you, if you don't mind. There's one person who is somewhat consistent with me. Okay. There's one person who is somewhat consistent with me, but not sure if it's of it. Okay. So do you mind do you mind just like, I don't need to know their name. If you want to put their name, you can put their name. If not, do you mind putting their initial just so we can read their vibration of their energy? I could do it, but it's just, again, to move the energy a little faster. It would be great. Thanks. I knew there was an R in there. Money, 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 money. Okay, this person is great for you. Okay? Monica, you know how I was saying that like you're always going to attract positive people into your life? This feels like a really great positive person for you. Okay? They're very earthed. And so you know that they're a good person for you because of how you feel when you're with them, right? You already know the answer to that. Okay. So thank you, Monica. Guys, if you want to get another reading, if you want to go deeper, okay, perfect. I'm glad that was helpful. So we're going to get out of your energy again. If you already got a reading and you want to go deeper, you can just repay and then we'll go in and we'll read some more cards for you, okay? That's no problem. I just want to give everybody an opportunity here. Yeah. And I think what's coming up, Monica, just to let you know, is you have you're questioning, is it love or is it lust? Okay. And the difference between knowing if it's love or knowing if it's lust is exactly what I was saying. You know when you feel really solid in the earth with somebody or you don't. Okay? For you specifically. If they make you feel solid in the earth, that's a really positive energy for you. Okay? So don't question that for sure. Thank you so much for your reading. So L Healing, are you in here? If not, we're going to transition into Chem. Okay? If you guys want to subscribe as well, you get a reading and healing every single time you come in. You get a mini reading and healing. You don't, of course, go into a deeper energy reading, but again, you can pay for those, and also your first time, you always go deeper just to make sure you're guaranteed that one reading, okay? And we're also pulling up collective energy. So Kim, are you here? I don't think L Healing is looking for a reading. It's okay, guys. These are paid. They're $11 Canadian. Welcome in. All right, yes. So Kim, do you have a question? If not, I'll just pull you up a card. You've got Two of Pentacles. So I know work is a big thing for you. So guys, also I have a full moon special on. I have 2024 readings. I have a 3-question reading all through my purchases through my link tree. And then also right now I'm doing a sale for 15-minute Zoom readings, which is also a great way to interact with me and get healing tools that way too. Should I go to school in January? So for some reason, this isn't coming into your energy field, Kim. Is there something do you feel like is blocking you? Right away, I kind of get like it's related to money. Because when we see this card coming up, this is talking about balancing finances. And again, everybody can benefit from these collective readings as well. And so I kind of feel like either you're feeling like you can't afford it or something, or you're hesitant because of money. And so I think that the reason why Spirit's kind of telling you it's not a great time is possibly you either told yourself it's not a good time and that's what you're feeding your mindset with, or you feel like honestly it would be easier for you to concentrate if you felt like the finances were already in place or something. But for some reason the energy right now is saying no. Does that relate to you, Kim? Let me know. And if you guys want to go deeper, those are 11 Canadian. So when we go into collective energy here, guys, so again, subscribers always get priority. I want to go, but yes, I can relate. I think that's why I had doubts. Yeah, so I mean, it's a combination of things. It's like what you feed your mind with is what you create. So it's like if you're saying, no, it's not a good time, I don't have the money, then Spirit's like, yeah, you're right. It's not a good time, you don't have the money. You know what I mean? So we can talk ourselves out of something as well, because I didn't feel like it was in my future like I wanted. Okay, definitely RC Connor. Okay, we're gonna go into you next. Definitely something to go deeper into for sure, but as of right now, it's a no. Okay. So thank you so much. So RC Connor, feel free to take up some space. Let me know. We're gonna go into your Akashic records here. Let me know if there's something you want to focus on. If you have any questions, make sure you get very specific and detailed with those questions. Okay. RC. Okay. RC. So Shelly. So welcome in. So what would your question be, Shelly? Looks like Kelly already solved her problem. Perfect. So I'm going to go into your energy right now. Alright, definitely feel more of a calm. Oh, will you solve your problem? Okay. I feel more of a calm vibration for you, and I want to light my sage here with you just to make sure that you feel like we're just focusing on you. All of this space is for you. Yes, people can benefit from it. Yes, we're sharing energy, but this is your time, okay? What do you read in my energy right now? Okay, so let's go into future, if you don't mind, and let's do a timeline reading, because that's what I'm feeling like, okay? So guys, these are paid readings. They're $11. You can pay underneath my PayPal. You'll see that in my link tree. It's horsemanreadings@gmail.com. So we're going to go with 10 of Swords and the Hermit, okay? So I'm going to go with like 2 months for you. So over the next 2 months, one of the things that you're going to find is that you need a little bit more solitude. Your energy does feel quite calm right now, which I think is absolutely beautiful. So whether you realize it or not, you are in a quite a good place. But the reason why Spirit wants you to focus more on solitude is because they want you to learn. We're in a Gemini full moon. Geminis are very much about education. I see you reading. I see you exploring things that maybe you haven't explored before, or maybe you're discovering interests that maybe you didn't feel like you had time to explore before. And so the 10 of Swords says good things are coming to you now. You have been through a lot, my friend, and this is just like, yes, I'm good now. I'm good now. I don't know what the hell happened to you, but something really heavy and crazy happened to you. I don't know if it's just like life in general, but it's like you've made it to a place in your life now where there's permission for you to really just be at peace. And I just think that you're just like, I feel an emotional energy attached to you. I feel a graceful energy attached to you. I think that for some reason, when you cross over, when your time to pass is due, you're going to go into a really great place, which is weird. I normally don't see that, but it just feels like, you know what? You've earned it. You've earned it. Like, you should feel really good about where you are. Okay. So, Shelly, let me know if this relates to you. You also have this really strong personality. And some people might think that you're quite tough, but you're actually very, I feel like, relatable to many people. And you do have a very elegant energy. So, would you say that some people see you as masculine sometimes when you're actually quite feminine? Okay. So the nine represents someone who really needs to remind themselves of that light, right? Again, you've been through some really tough times. That's what I was talking about. When you cross over, like you are all good. You have nothing to question that way. I think sometimes I am a nine. Okay. I think sometimes, we can be fearful of pain, right? Because we've been through a lot. We could be fearful of sickness. Do you relate to that, Shelly? I'm sure lots of people do. And I think that the reason why you have this fire energy is just like you're such a fighter that it feels like no matter what you go through in your life, you'll always be like kind and resilient. And so your ability to, I don't know, have faith, I feel, even if you don't relate to that, I feel like you have a lot of faith. I think that you just shine a really bright light on other people, and as a result of that, that's why like it's like you're just gonna, it's like you're gonna graduate. Like when you leave this world, you're just gonna be like, yep, I graduated, that sort of thing. And so even if times are tough for you, just remind yourself you've already accomplished everything that you need to. Okay. How is your health right now, Shelly? Feel free to let me know. So guys, readings are $11 Canadian. Feel free to pay underneath my horsemanreadings at gmail.com. It's in my link tree as well. So you have this Eight of Pentacles card. Faith, for some reason, I'm working on my weight and health. Okay, for some reason, um, that weight and health is definitely coming up, but I'm getting for you to work more on rituals. Okay, underneath my membership group, we have so many rituals in there, so feel free to check out underneath my horsemanreadings.com my membership groups. You could really benefit from a lot of support in there. It's a month-to-month fee. You can cancel at any time. And also underneath my YouTube channel, I do have some rituals underneath my playlist there as well. But that's kind of what's coming up for you with the weight and the health, because it feels like a lot of it is you could shift your energy, you can shift your mindset, you can shift your physical body, but you've got to actually like kind of see the things and do the thing. So it's less about exercise and moving your body and more just energy related. Okay. So, Shelly, do you have any last questions in relation to that? Also, I think your heart and your stomach, chakra wise, are really important areas to work on. Okay, so the heart chakra and the sacral chakra. So, again, you can look up those chakras if you're not familiarized with those and see what comes in there. Okay, there is some sadness that's a little stuck in there. Again, if you come in for a healing session with me or come into that membership group, those are definitely some things that we can clear and release for you. And again, if you do a full moon ritual, you can find out how to do one of those underneath my YouTube channel. But yeah, it's just like it's very small things. Okay. So let me know if you found that helpful and if you have any last questions as we transition out of your energy there, Shelly. So welcome in, guys. So readings are $11. You can pay underneath my PayPal. That's horsemanreadings@gmail.com. You'll see that in my link tree underneath my profile. And also, if you're a subscriber, you get a reading and healing every time. You're welcome, Shelly. So I'd be so happy to work with you as well. You've got such a beautiful energy. And if you have issues finding anything, okay, Shelly, you have full permission to inbox me, okay, and ask about what the heck I was talking about. Often I'll put these replays underneath my YouTube channel as well, so if you wanted to get the replay of your reading, those will be up underneath there as well. Same thing if I do Theta healing downloads like I did earlier today, you can watch the replay from today and get the support that way too. Okay. For some reason yesterday I couldn't download the one because Amanda, you got a reading and I couldn't get it up online. That's the first time that's ever happened. So just trust in the process. So Shelly, we're gonna get out of your energy, sending you lots of love. All right, Amanda, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. All right, guys. So, Amanda, we're going to go into your Akashic Records, okay? And if you have an area of focus, let me know. We worked on your past life, so just let me know if there's anything specific like that that you feel like you want to work on, okay? Okay, we'll go into you. All right, your energy is quite loud tonight. I'm gonna light my sage here for you. Radiance was a part of that. Okay. Okay, so what is your question? So we're in your energy. You're very, very sensitive. Was it a Pleiadian? Okay. So you said you had a question. Pleiadians. Were you a part of the Pleiadians? I'm getting no, but what makes you feel that way? What makes you feel like you were a part of the Pleiadians? Getting a no. I just feel like you naturally have like a bit of a worry tendency just in the back of your head. Hello, guys. Readings are $11. You can pay underneath my PayPal, horsemanreadings@gmail.com. You can find that in my profile underneath my link tree, and then we'll put you on the list. We're also doing some collective readings, and if you're a subscriber, you get a reading every time. Someone had mentioned, then I read about them and felt like I connected. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So this is all new to me. No problem. One of the things that's coming through for you is spirits telling me that the reason why you needed to know that is like it's like you really, really want to be a part of like earth beings. I'm getting. So one of the things underneath my membership group that I teach is the Akashic Records. That's what I just did was I went into your energy, but when we go into the records, we go into other dimensions, we astral travel, we do like all kinds of different things. We play and explore. And so I think that you have this desire or this need to reconnect with like soul aligned spiritual people, and I think that that's why, like, I don't know, for some reason, the Pleiadians is more about like your ability to be a messenger or be a communicator or connect to other divine beings. Because I think when we connect to Pleiadian energy, it's more about our ability to be telepathic and receive those messages from, like, as a communicator, kind of what I'm doing right now. Okay. So it feels like it's more about you being a messenger. So I think if somebody was saying like about your connection to the Pleiadians, it's more about your connection to being a messenger, being telepathic. Okay, that's more what I'm getting, and your ability to kind of like help other people here on this earth by being, you know, the messenger. That's what I get. And so this is a beautiful card to have. This says that there are opportunities, again, not just for you to learn, but for you to be, I'm getting like psychic and telepathic. They're showing me slash telling me that you're telepathic and to explore that. And so I can use the word psychic, but they want me to say telepathic because I think you get that when you just know things like somebody's going to call or whatever it is. Does that relate to you? And so I like to use the word psychic because obviously to me that's what being psychic is, but it's also that word of being able to, it's like we're having a phone call with another dimension, right? And so I'm kind of getting that whatever makes you feel like you're moving forward in terms of like your purpose is important. So continue to follow through with that because I do feel like you've got a lot of past like stuff that holds you back from being able to do these things. Okay, so any limiting beliefs that you have, definitely something to work on, which is what I was doing last time, clearing and releasing these fears that you have from like past life. Maybe it's related to like people telling you, you know, nobody has these gifts, like we're all this way, or you're not special, whatever it is. I had dreams before that came true in the news. Okay, interesting. Yes, I need to release it. Okay, so do you want to clear release feeling like heavy around worldly events or worldly issues, and as a result of this, you feel like you're not able to connect to the positivity and the good vibes that are happening in the world and society? And if so, just say yes. Anybody else that wants that? Okay, so I'm getting sometimes you're just not open to communicating with spirit. So Amanda, what blocks you? Obviously, they were just doing quick little readings. Anybody else that wants one, they're $11. You can pay underneath my PayPal. But what blocks you from being able to communicate sometimes with your higher self or the higher planes? I don't meditate enough. Okay, I actually don't feel like it's meditation related, okay? It's not just about meditation. Sometimes it's believing. It's believing in that positivity because you've got the leadership skills. Your husband, good. I'm glad that you're able to admit that because I'm like, no, this feels like somebody's kind of telling you this stuff. Um, he really brings me down. Yeah. And I'm sorry to hear that because that's really common in families and stuff like that. But you've got your like little fairy godmother thing here and your crystal ball and you're doing all your like witchy woo woo stuff and it's amazing. And then, yeah, you've got someone who's like, yeah, you're not special or, you know, you don't have this talent. And then we get into that syndrome of like, well, who am I? You know, and I see you exploring that. So definitely keep exploring those gifts. The Akashic Records is definitely something in my membership group I would highly recommend exploring. You don't have to stay in there long if you don't want to, but it's definitely something that's worthwhile. And for you, the VIP portion would be good because I have like a lot of other things, specifically the psychic development program would be another like destination spot for you. Okay, but it can help you listen to other people's stories and things that they relate to because these are replays from my programs I've already taught. Also, I'm going to be teaching for my Foundations for Healing program starting up January 4th. It's $555 Canadian for that program. You can do a payment plan if you need to. And we go all the way until April 25th. We get together every 4 weeks over Zoom for an hour and a half. We do theta healing clearings like we're doing, and we're able to talk about this stuff and work on goals and, you know, whatever's blocking you. But it is nice to have time in between the calls to kind of, you know, have something to look forward to and build your self-esteem on. Okay. There is money to be made here for you. You've got the death card. So guys, these are $11. Feel free to pay underneath PayPal to get a reading. Also, if you subscribe, you can get a reading and healing every time as well. And we're going to do some collective energy. So hard because my husband doesn't agree and I have a daughter. Okay, yeah. So this is someone who's like ready to let it all go and move forward. But again, something's holding them back from doing that. And so would you like to know that it's safe, nothing bad will happen to you to open up to these telepathic / psychic gifts? And would you like to know what it is and what it feels like to embody these on a regular basis? If so, just say yes. And anybody else that wants up? And I'm hearing that you are opening your heart, but you're just doing it at a pace that you feel comfortable in. I think you could move a little faster, but that's okay. You know, but you are opening your heart and just at least you're doing that, okay? Yes, you can do one-on-one with me. Actually, I'm doing a 15-minute sale over Zoom, so we could just start there. That's going until November 30th, so maybe just book in that 15-minute and then we can go from there and see. I also have a package, so you pay for your 5 sessions. You're only paying for 4, you get 1 free. And yeah, then you pay for all those sessions, and then you get a code. So when you go to book in your healings and readings, then you don't have to pay every time. And so it allows you to spread them out as you please as well. Okay. So that's also nice when you want to consistently work on those things. Completely up to you. So whichever direction you feel like you need to. All right, sending you so much love at this time. Beautiful reading. We're going to integrate all of that energy with your permission as we close out of your energy. All right, so just make sure, I feel like, you ground yourself. You might want to get a little fresh air after that as well, because we're moving a lot of energy, whether you realize it or not, okay? So thank you so much for being here. Can't wait to work with you. You have very good energy. It's funny, I'm seeing the name Robbie. A lot of people call me Robbie, so does Robbie love Lori? Thank you very much for the heart. Or sorry, the rose. Okay, collective energy, as we're allowing people to come in and get paid readings, they're $11. You're welcome. And so that's underneath my link tree. And then also if you subscribe, you can get a reading healing every time. So collective energy, we're coming back into that Scorpio energy. We're just transitioning out of the Scorpio energy. We've got a Gemini full moon. This is very much about our thought process. It's about learning. It's about keeping busy. This is a Beaver full moon, which is a time of I don't know, I'm kind of getting like picking up the pieces in terms of like what we feel like we need to do right now so we can get ahead. So if you're feeling like you're dropping into lack of motivation, this is not a great time. This is actually a really great time for action and activity. And I know it might be tough for you right now, but this is saying don't let your emotions get in the way of whatever it is that you need to do. This is really a time of clearing out the old. And so if you've had abandonment issues, or if you've been traumatized, or there's a lot of drama in your life, it's time to remove that. If you've had substance abuse, things like that, this is kind of like stop judging yourself and just move on with it, And so it's not to dismiss the emotions around it, but it's just allowing you to open up to whatever it is that you need mentally right now. Okay, so let me know if that relates to you as this collective reading. So we'll do a few more of these. If we don't see anybody subscribing or paying for a reading, then we'll take off. But I really appreciate all the support and the likes, guys. What I was doing is when we get up to 10,000 likes, I do a free reading and pull somebody in. But I think things are quite slow moving, so maybe I'll do that next time. Please make sure you're following me as well. So Six of Pentacles, this is talking about some people who are just still falling into self-sabotage. How are you treating yourself? What are you saying to and about yourself? This has a beautiful energy, but it's like you're not recognizing you are so gifted, you are so talented, you're not seeing yourself in that positive light. So reward yourself, honor who you are. And again, stop procrastinating. There's some things that you're just not doing that you need to do. So pick up the pieces. Some people are moving a little too slow right now, and there's no judgment around it, but I just literally keep hearing pick up the pieces, okay? So yeah, I just think that Spirit's like telling us, there's some things that you need to do, and again, use your visualization tools and techniques for this. I think if you do use those tools, that'll be best for you at this time. So any questions, guys, here? I see some people asking. We're doing some collective readings. You can pay $11 underneath my PayPal. That's horsemanreadings@gmail.com. You can come in as a subscriber. Otherwise, we will take off. I absolutely adore the people in here, so I can't wait to continue on. And I hope you guys have an awesome night, awesome weekend. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.